Hello all and welcome, and I am the MGTOW philosopher. And I gotta tell you, man, I am getting so tired of the utter stupidity that exists in the world. I mean, I don't know how much longer I can comment on it. I don't know how much more of it I can take. It just seems like the rabbit hole is getting deeper and deeper the more I delve into the stupidity of human beings. This article just blew me away. The utter nonsensical nature of it. Eating meat promotes toxic masculinity, academic journal says. Now, the one thing that is more disturbing than the fact that somebody wrote this, and somebody with a PhD wrote this, a woman, of course. The only thing more disturbing is that some academic journal somewhere actually published this crap. The world is dying. Human brains must be shrinking or something. I don't know what the hell's going on. Men are drinking too much soy. Their brains aren't developing critical thinking skills because of lack of testosterone as they grow up. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm going to tell you what. I'm sure getting tired of it. So here we have 3 delicious-looking fillets. Oh, those look good, but I better not eat them because if I do, I'll become more toxically masculine. And we can't have that, can we? Anyhow, let's get to the meat of the article, shall we? No pun intended. An academic journalist published an article by a PhD candidate at Pennsylvania State University that argues eating meat maintains a society where hegemonic masculinity is the norm. Really? I think a lot of people in America eat meat, and the men are bigger pussies than ever, so I think that totally disproves your pathetic hypotheses. And Delasio Pawson, whose article was published in Gender, Place, and Culture. Gender studies. Well, there you go. A journal of feminist geography. What? What the hell? What? Feminist geography? Feminist geography. Is that anything like feminist economics? Feminism somehow changes the rules of markets and economics. It somehow changes the rules of places and locations. Okay. Based on our research on Argentina's meat-centric culture. Oh, boy. Yes. Let's just make some spurious correlations where no correlations actually exist. I contend that in such a context, we cannot separate the ways people do vegetarianism from how they do gender. What? What the fuck does that mean? What's that mean? They do gender, do vegetarian. Vegetarian is eating vegetables and not eating meat. What does that have to do with doing gender? The only gender I'm doing is a banging a chick in the pussy. If I'm banging some broad, I'm doing her. Yeah, I'm doing her, and her gender is that of a woman. That's the only doing of gender that I know of. Are you talking about acting a certain way? Acting a specific gender? What are you talking about? A do gender. Oh, I do the gender of a man? You're aware that do is a verb, right? Okay? So what am I doing in regards to gender? Gender is not something you do, okay? It is a noun. It's something you are. Oh, of course, to the left, you can do any gender. I can be a man. I can be a woman. I can be a zer, a re, whatever the hell I want to call myself. And that's my gender, yeah. And Delasio Pawson wrote, doing vegetarian in interactions drives social change. Okay, this is just more nonsense talk that doesn't mean anything. Contributing to the delinking of meat from gender hegemony. Oh my God. So the left is all about, I mean, good God, gender studies is such a non-subject that they have to create all this twisted bullshit language that doesn't mean anything. There's no meaning here. It's just empty rhetoric from gender hegemony and revealing the resisting and reworking of gender in food spaces. Right, if you're a gender studies major, you see gender as having some role to play in pretty much everything, even our food choices. I see. Delasio Pawson theorizes that being a vegetarian in the South American nation is a political act that contributes to the destabilization of the gender binary or the view that there are only 2 sexes, masculine and feminine. Oh, well, you're a leftist and a socialist, so of course everything's open to interpretation. Reality is relative. Relativism, yes, there's no such thing as objective reality. It's all subjective. And of course we can't have just 2 genders. Oh no, everything has to be open to interpretation. It's how I feel. If I feel I'm a dog, I'm a dog. If I feel I'm a tree, I'm a tree. If I feel I'm a woman, even though I'm a man, well, then I get to be a woman. I see do gender, do vegetarianism. So you think that, well, essentially attack what's traditional. That's right. So this is just another act of attacking what is traditional to try and socially engineer a country. right down to what people eat. How interesting. She, notice I say she, of course, goes on to say vegetarians defy attempts to hold them accountable to gendered social expectations. Wait. So men are expected to eat meat because they're men, and that makes them more toxically masculine. How exactly? It reinforces a gender stereotype, so they become more of that stereotype. What? Women, for example, assert authority over their diets. Men embody rejection of the meat masculinity nexus. Nonsense. By adopting a worldview that also rejects sexism and racism. So, meat is a representation of sexism and racism. What? It's a represent. How is it a representation? You've just created these representations. You're just making shit up. There's no objective reality to any of this. This is all just make-believe, this gender study bullshit. The Penn State student became interested in the topic. What topic? You made this up. This is not a real topic. That the relation of foods to your sex. Get out of here. Your meat embodies man. Vegetarianism embodies woman. Well, there might be some truth to that in the fact that if you're a pussy boy that doesn't eat protein, you're going to quickly become a fembot moron woman, pussy boy man China. Okay? Yeah. You're going to be a weak little 130-pound pussy. Sure. No muscle. Yeah, okay, I see. So you want to physically take away their strength by taking away all their protein and making them into weaklings. Okay. Penn State student became interested in the topic. By the way, does that mean that the female sex is essentially weak physically? Well, yes. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to believe that. The Penn student became interested in the topic after spending 5 years as a vegetarian in Argentina. So you're trying to take your life of being a vegetarian, you're trying to take your eating habits and turn vegetarianism into some kind of feminist activity? Okay, guys, so this is the left's most recent attempt to turn men into pussies. First, get them on the soy milk, destroy their body's ability to make enough testosterone, okay, so that they'll be strong men, so that they'll have critical thinking skills. Feed it to them from birth. Encourage the mother. Don't give your child breast milk or even milk from those awful cows. Oh, no. Those cows that are fed steroids. And steroids. Oh, we don't want men getting any types of steroids. That would increase muscle growth. And, oh, God, no. We can't have strong men. Fuck that. We need to make them into pussies. So feed them soy milk from the very time they're 1 day old. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to have a big, strapping, strong young man that's free of toxic masculinity. He'll have a tiny fucking peanut brain and he won't be able to think for himself. But hey, that's the best kind of slave, isn't it? Yeah. This is so freaking hilarious. I love it. After being picked up by numerous far-right media outlets, how is this even possible? Far-right? Oh, come on. I hope they made fun of her. Delicios Parsons study was lambasted by many social media users of both. Far-right? What far-right is there? Come on. How many? Please. And by the way, it should be lambasted. It's nonsense. Total nonsense. Let's see what these people said. Cabot Phillips. Meat is now a tool of the patriarchy to suppress women and reinforce gender stereotypes. Yeah, how does that work exactly? How is meat? It's a dead animal, for Christ's sake. What the hell can that piece of flesh do? Huh? Whitney, Joseph, these are just random people, I guess. I guess I'm going to be reinforcing gender stereotypes at lunch today with my ground turkey. And just when I thought I'd get to escape politics at lunch, well, everything has to be politicized. So you can create maximum amounts of tension and agitation within the society. Politicize everything, make everything about politics, create divisiveness in everything in our world, and you will further degrade the society. I guess I'm sick of going to be reinforcing gender stereotypes lunch with my ground turkey. Oh, this is so ridiculous. I mean, honestly. My daughters, the carnivores, are going to be really bummed that I don't want to further hegemonic masculinity, so they have to eat salad while I finish my steak. She didn't really even explain in any simple, easy-to-understand words how meat is spreading toxic masculinity. I don't get it because of what it represents. She didn't make any arguments for any biological arguments that it contains chemicals or something. She just said that it's association. It seemed like what she was saying is it's association with masculinity is bad. So we want to break apart anything that reinforces what are just gender stereotypes that are social constructs. I see. But you don't believe in biological realities in regards to gender anyway, so it's all gender constructs anyhow. You just want to replace one a social construct in regards to gender with another social construct, which is yours, your narrative. I see. Yes, meat eating is so associated with toxic masculinity. We don't want to reinforce the image of toxic masculinity in men because we believe everything's a social construct, and we believe that's an evil social construct. So we're going to replace it with our very good, what we believe is a very good social construct. I see. In closing, I really can't believe anybody falls for this shit, and I really can't believe this got published in any academic journal of any kind. And it's really sad. Of course, well, you know, a PhD candidate in what seems to be gender studies, that's a non-subject. Yeah, why don't I just get a PhD in toe cleaning? Yeah, and it's such a non-subject that I'm going to spend my whole life trying to find new and different and varied ways to expand the subject. Yeah, because it's so obviously fake. To a point where I'm creating such crap as this. Meat! It represents evil, toxic masculinity, and here's why. And here's what you can do to dismantle the patriarchy through meat. Yet another example of female solipsism and the nonsense that comes out of the left, and especially from feminists. So let me know what you think of this retarded article by liking and subscribing to my channel. And if you feel so inclined, you can donate to my Patreon. You'll find a link both in the description of this video as well as the last 20 seconds of it. Anyhow, I am the MGTOW philosopher, and I wish you a good day. Take care.